If you are lucky enough to be heading somewhere south for March break, I have a few tips for you about taking your own photos at the beach. Now, this can be either with your cell phone or your camera. You don't have to understand the settings on your camera. These photos are all about just helping you to get better snapshots of your family and friends when you're on the beach, because it's definitely a tricky situation to shoot in. So the first one is to make sure that you don't miss out on the details. When we're at the beach, we tend to take photos, of the wide scene, the background, the ocean. Make sure that you sort of get in close and take photos of things like sandy little toes and fingers and the seashells, or your kids' hands, picking up shells and putting them in the bucket. If they've made sand castles or sand creations, make sure that you take photos of those so that you're not just documenting the whole scene, but you're also getting the important details that you don't want to forget. Taking photos at the beach is a fantastic time to embrace candid photos. And what I mean by that is to resist the urge to ask people to look at you, which I know is really hard. But on the beach, when there's a lot of sun, what you end up with, if you're always asking people to look at you and smile, is a lot of really squinty or closed eyes. And so the beach is the perfect time to start exploring with taking photos of your family members and friends, just doing whatever it is that they're doing without asking them to turn and look at the camera. When you're taking photos at the beach, because there's not trees or rocks or a lot of change in the variation of the land, just make sure that your horizon is straight in the photo so that you're not on a crooked angle when you're taking pictures. Another suggestion that I have is that try to get down really low on the ground. So even laying right flat down on the sand on your stomach with your camera, so that you're not just getting photos where there's sand in the background, but you're taking pictures that also include the beautiful ocean and the sky, because it will really give you a lot more variety in your photos. And also introduce, the gorgeous blue colors. If it's sunset, the oranges, reds, and purples. But you really do need to change your perspective, because when you stand at your natural height and take pictures, what you tend to end up with in the background is just the sand of the beach. And my last tip is actually about the time of day. If you have little kids who wake up early, this is actually a great opportunity to head down to the beach. Number one, the colors and the light are beautiful at that time of day, but also you can avoid the crowds. So if you would like to get some photos of just your kids or family with no one else in the background, the earlier you go to the beach, the better chance you have of this happening. This is also an opportunity sometimes later in the day. But you'll notice that if you're taking your camera or your phone out at different times of day, the colors in the photos really vary quite a lot, and you can get some really different shots even if you're at the same beach, just by changing up the time that you're taking your pictures. If you are going south, I hope you have a fantastic time.